Imagine a world where your emotions don't control you but instead become tools to shape your destiny. From the teachings of Buddha, we uncover 10 transformative rules that guide us to emotional mastery. Stay tuned for a journey not just of letting go, but of embracing a life filled with clarity, purpose, and freedom. Rule 1. Master your heart. Story: Meet Aya, a woman deeply in love who lost herself in the process. When the relationship ended, she felt empty, having tied her identity solely to her partner. Aya's story echoes Buddha's teaching, guard your heart as the source of life. By learning to love wisely, she rebuilt her life, embracing a love that uplifted her rather than consumed her. Lesson: love should be a source of strength, not dependency. Nurture relationships that enrich without restricting your inner peace. Additional insight: the process of mastering your heart also involves understanding your emotional triggers. For instance, when faced with rejection or criticism, take a moment to reflect on why it impacts you so deeply. Often, it is not the situation itself, but our interpretation of it that causes pain. Reframing these moments as opportunities for growth can transform emotional pain into a tool for self-improvement. Expanded content. Mastering your heart also requires cultivating emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions and those of others. Engage in practices like journaling to track emotional patterns or practicing mindfulness to anchor yourself during emotional storms. Deep breathing exercises can help in moments of high stress, allowing you to respond calmly rather than react impulsively. Expanded case study. Consider the story of David, a manager who struggled to balance his demanding job and his relationship. By practicing self-awareness, he learned to compartmentalize his work stress, ensuring it didn't spill into his personal life. His relationship flourished as he prioritized emotional balance. Rule 2. Reduce over-empathy. Story: Ravi, a social worker, cared deeply for everyone but found himself drained and resentful. By practicing compassionate detachment, he learned to help without absorbing others' pain. Lesson: balance empathy with emotional boundaries. Protect your well-being while supporting others. Additional insight: to cultivate compassionate detachment, consider meditation practices that center on visualization. Imagine yourself surrounded by a protective light that allows love and kindness to flow outward without letting negative emotions seep in. This practice reinforces emotional boundaries and prevents compassion fatigue. Expanded content. Reducing over-empathy doesn't mean shutting off your emotions, but learning when and how to channel them. Develop a mental checklist when helping others. Is this task manageable within my capacity? Am I the best person to help? Recognize that saying no is not an act of selfishness but of self-preservation. Use affirmations to remind yourself of your right to protect your peace. Story expansion. Ravi began setting clear boundaries with his clients, scheduling dedicated hours for consultations and ensuring he had time for personal recovery. He found that this balance made him more effective and empathetic in his work. Rule 3. Distance yourself from negativity. Story: Lena worked in a toxic office environment, surrounded by negativity. Her confidence dwindled. She made the brave decision to switch jobs, choosing a positive workplace where her talents thrived. Lesson: be mindful of the company you keep. Your environment shapes your growth and peace of mind. Additional insight: identifying negativity in your life can be challenging. Start by journaling daily interactions and noting how each one makes you feel. Over time, patterns will emerge, highlighting relationships or situations that consistently drain your energy. Use this awareness to make informed decisions about who and what to prioritize. Expanded content. Detaching from negativity involves setting boundaries even with close relationships. Practice polite but firm phrases like, "I need some time to process," or "let's revisit this when we're both calmer." Seek out positivity proactively, join communities, attend workshops, or cultivate hobbies that surround you with uplifting individuals and constructive environments. Expanded case study. Mark, a software engineer, found that his social circle constantly complained about their jobs. By gradually reducing his interactions with these friends and joining a professional network of ambitious peers, Mark found renewed motivation and inspiration for his career. Rule 4. Mindful communication. Story: Alex, quick to share every thought on social media, often found himself in heated arguments. He adopted Buddha's wisdom: speak only when your words are more beautiful than silence. By choosing his words thoughtfully, he experienced more meaningful connections. Lesson: reflect before speaking. Share only what contributes to peace and understanding. Additional insight: practicing mindful communication extends beyond spoken words to written communication. In our digital age, impulsive emails or texts can escalate conflicts. Before sending a message, take a moment to read it aloud and assess its tone. Does it align with your intentions? Does it promote understanding? Mindful writing can prevent unnecessary misunderstandings and foster trust. Expanded content. To practice mindful communication, engage in active listening. Focus on understanding rather than formulating a reply. Reflecting back what someone has said not only ensures clarity but also fosters trust. For example, "What I hear you saying is," can validate emotions and open pathways to deeper understanding. Rule 5. Establish boundaries. Story: Sarah, a teacher, was always available for her students and colleagues. Burnout: she realized she needed limits. By setting boundaries, she reclaimed her time and energy. Lesson: boundaries are essential for self-care and effective relationships. Additional insight: to set boundaries effectively, communicate them clearly and assertively. For example, if you need uninterrupted time to focus on a project, let your colleagues know your availability in advance. Clear communication prevents misunderstandings and reinforces mutual respect. Expanded content. When establishing boundaries, it's helpful to identify your non-negotiables. Write a list of personal priorities and compare them with current commitments. This exercise will illuminate areas where boundaries are weak and need reinforcement. Role-playing boundary-setting conversations with a trusted friend can also boost confidence. Expanded case study. Jane, a nurse, struggled with being on call constantly. She communicated her need for specific days off and found that her supervisors respected her requests. Her productivity and morale improved significantly. Rule 6. Prioritize yourself. Story: Marco always put others first, neglecting his health and dreams. Inspired by Buddhist teaching, he began valuing self-care, leading to better relationships and a fulfilling career. Lesson: caring for yourself is not selfish. It's necessary for giving your best to the world. Additional insight: self-prioritization includes saying no when necessary. Many people struggle with this due to fear of disappointing others. However, saying no to activities that drain you allows you to say yes to opportunities that align with your values and goals. Practice this skill with smaller decisions, gradually building confidence in prioritizing your needs. Expanded content. Self-prioritization also involves celebrating small victories. Acknowledge and reward yourself for acts of self-care. Whether it's taking a break, completing a project, or saying no to overcommitments, create a self-care menu of activities you enjoy and dedicate time to them regularly. Expanded case study. Angela, a single mother, struggled to find time for herself. By scheduling 30 minutes a day for yoga, she noticed improved energy levels and a renewed sense of purpose. Rule 7. Think before reacting. Story: during a family dispute, Maya reacted impulsively, worsening the situation. She later practiced pausing before responding, which transformed conflicts into opportunities for understanding. Lesson: respond from a place of clarity, not impulse. Thoughtful actions strengthen relationships. Additional insight: to master this rule, practice the stop technique. Stop, take a breath, observe your feelings, and proceed mindfully. This simple method helps you step out of reactive patterns and approach situations with a calm, centered mindset. Expanded content. Extend this practice to high-stakes situations, such as workplace disagreements or financial decisions. Consider creating a decision journal to analyze outcomes based on thoughtful versus impulsive responses. Over time, this practice reinforces a habit of measured and intentional reactions. Expanded case study. During a tense board meeting, a manager used the stop technique to de-escalate a heated debate, steering the conversation towards a collaborative solution. Rule 8. Commit to self-reflection. Story. Each evening, John journaled about his actions and feelings. This habit revealed patterns that held him back and guided his growth. Lesson. Regular self-reflection aligns your actions with your values, fostering personal and spiritual development. Additional insight. Self-reflection is enhanced by seeking feedback from trusted mentors or friends. Their perspectives can illuminate blind spots, offering valuable insights into your behavior and thought processes. Combine their feedback with your reflections to create a holistic view of your growth journey. Expanded content. Use prompts during self-reflection to deepen insights. What did I learn today? What challenged me? How did I handle it? Create a gratitude journal to complement reflective practices, balancing self-critique with recognition of progress and blessings. Expanded case study. Emily used self-reflection to identify a pattern of overcommitment. By adjusting her schedule and setting realistic goals, she found a healthier work-life balance. Rule 9. Find strength in solitude. Story. Alone in nature, Emma rediscovered her inner peace and creativity. Solitude became her sanctuary, allowing her to reconnect with her true self. Lesson. Embrace solitude to deepen self-awareness and build resilience. Additional insight. Use solitude to explore new hobbies or revisit forgotten passions. Activities like painting, writing, or gardening can provide a meditative escape, fostering creativity and emotional well-being. Expanded content. Integrate technology-free days into your schedule to deepen solitude. Without distractions, focus on connecting with your inner self. Consider guided solitude retreats to fully immerse in self-reflection and spiritual growth. Expanded case study. Michael spent a weekend hiking in the mountains, returning with a renewed perspective on his personal and professional goals. Rule 10. Embrace letting go. Story. After years of harboring resentment, Liam forgave his estranged father. Letting go of the past lifted a heavy burden, allowing him to move forward with an open heart. Lesson. Release attachments to find freedom and peace. Life's impermanence is a gift when embraced. Additional insight. Letting go involves more than emotional attachments. Decluttering your physical space can symbolize and reinforce mental and emotional liberation. Start small. Donate unused items or reorganize your living area to create a serene environment that reflects your inner peace. Expanded content. Practice mindfulness meditation to anchor yourself in the present. Use affirmations such as, "I release what no longer serves me," to internalize the practice of letting go. Engage in acts of forgiveness regularly to cultivate emotional resilience and inner freedom. Expanded case study. Julia cleared out her late mother's belongings as an act of healing. The process helped her cherish memories without being weighed down by grief. Conclusion. These 10 rules are not just steps. They are a path to a more intentional, peaceful, and empowered life. Incorporate them into your daily routine and witness the transformation not just within, but in how you connect with the world. Let Buddha's wisdom inspire your journey towards true emotional mastery. Additional closing thought. Remember, emotional mastery is a lifelong journey. Each small step brings you closer to a life of clarity and fulfillment. Share these lessons with others, and together, create a ripple effect of positivity and mindfulness in the world.